Hey everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program to Infinity and Beyond. So we're going to get started here, go back to our vehicle assembly building, and maybe we will go... All of these have crew capacity of 1, except for this one now, which has crew capacity of 3. So let's go with that, because I want to have a 3-Kerbin ship. Also, I've looked into it. Oh man, do I need a nose cap, or will a parachute even fit on this? Nailed it! Maybe this one? That should work. Maybe not. You know what? Let's make a new ship. Oh god, don't launch it. Let's make a new ship and go with a more standard command module. Perhaps our Mark 1 cockpit that we've used many, many times before, and we can just attach a parachute pretty much wherever the heck we want to it. Like right there, obscuring their view. Alright, so I've looked into it, and for EVA there actually is a jetpack that you can use for your Kerbin, so that is what I am going to try to do on this one. Basically make exactly the same design or a similar design. Albeit, try to do a spacewalk while in orbit this time. And we'll give it a little bit more fuel as well, because things were a little too close for comfort last time. So we got the same thing here. We got 2 fuel tanks. I should put a decoupler and an SAS module here. Like so. Could use the advanced SAS module. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Why do I have 2 decouplers in quick succession? Should be like this off, this on, like that. Okay. And then, of course, we need an engine, and I'm just going to go with our standard one right here with the 215 thrust. Then we need another decoupler. I'm not going to say proficient at rocket design, because that would be a laughable claim. However, I am doing better than usual, I would say. I've definitely at least improved over the course of this. I'm going to make a little bit of a different design, actually. Famous last words. I'm going to attach a structural fuselage like this, and then I'm going to use a new part, which is our new radial decouplers. And I'm going to attach this in 4x symmetry as opposed to just 3x symmetry. So by doing this and lining it up just so, we will then replicate our engines from earlier, from that first stage. So we'll take 2 fuel tanks. Oh, not like that. Like that, yes. And then our 215 thrusters like this. Perfect. So this is a rocket that I think will be able to get me into space. I might want to actually attach a second structural fuselage down here, not jet fuel. Like, oh, turn off symmetry. Second structural fuselage right up in here. You know what, this might be difficult to do. Those engines in the way. So we'll put symmetry back on, and I think this is not a horrible design for us. The structural fuselage down there is just so maybe like these things have something more to attach to, perhaps, so they don't wobble around so much. Actually, the way we should do that is maybe with a second radial decoupler, but that becomes a little tricky for us. So instead, what we're for me anyway. So instead, what we'll do is take some struts, tie this whole shebang together. I guess that second structural fuselage isn't really doing a whole heck of a lot down there, so we can't actually remove it. And these things should all stay together just by way of these struts. But maybe I could do like a cross beam like that. Yeah, oh, that is strong as hell. Okay, what else do we need? Could add some RCS, but don't really feel like that's a huge need. What I could add is a ladder, maybe, so I have a better chance of getting back to my ship once I get off of it for my EVA. I'm hoping we got Jebediah again. That guy demonstrated a lot of spunk. And, yeah, we don't really need RCS jets, I suppose. But I do want to add these those structural aerodynamic, I think. Yeah, these launch stability enhancers. Those have been really nice so far. So we'll save this as Eva version, or Mark 1. Get it? It's like Eva, like a girl's name, but also like we're going to get outside of the vehicle. So yes, clear the launch pad and proceed. Eva Mark 1 is already on the launch pad. This is some like contact shit going on here. Okay, so thrusters up. SAS on. Do we seem stable? Stable-ish. So I think we'll do a 3, 2, 1, and launch. Worked totally fine. I really like those launch stability enhancers. They keep me from crashing into the launch pad, which was a historical sore spot for me. What is up with this? Are those the ladders? I can't really see. Why do I not have ladders? I just have these bulbs where the ladders should be. Maybe those will appear later. So our first fuel tank's going out here. Pretty strong so far. A little bit slow off the launch pad, but that's okay. This is a heavy ship. And of course we will accelerate faster and faster as we lose more and more weight. In fact, when we get into our our final stage of the rocket here, which is also pretty much our second stage of the rocket, should be moving really quickly. And we'll just try to put ourselves in a stable orbit and then give old Jebediah Kerman the chance of a lifetime to actually perform a spacewalk. If I can just remember how to use the jetpack. I believe turning the jetpack on is R. And you do have jetpack fuel, so you can't just go out there and travel to the moon yourself on your jetpack. That would be crazy as opposed to the rest of this game, which is totally sane. That was a horrible decouple. But we finally made it. What was going on there is I had to decouple separately from the engines and the structural fuselage. That's just poor staging on my part, but that's okay. Shit like that is gonna happen from time to time, so we're just gonna keep accelerating until, people have said maybe roughly 30,000 is a better spot to get in orbit so you don't waste so much fuel. Let's go with maybe 50,000. I would feel better about that. Okay, so why not try it right now, We're already here. Just cut down until we're still only accelerating just a little bit, save a little fuel. Just a little bit lower, a little bit lower. That seems perfect. And then we'll turn SAS off. Start swaying here, unfortunately, because I guess we've got extra weight from our parachute. But I'm going to try to take us towards the horizon here, which shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. On the horizon, we're going to roll our... Oh, not like that, not like that. Yeah, roll ourselves a little bit, but not too much. And I'd say that's roughly okay. If I could stop the roll at some point, that would be better. You know what? Maybe we can't stop the roll. Maybe we'll just continue on like this. And then we'll take a look at our map. Orbit is very, very slowly expanding, so we'll just gun it for a little while. This is probably going to blow through most of our fuel, but hopefully it will allow us to establish an orbit similar to the one that we had with Nightmare fuel. Although I'm running out of fuel already, and that is disappointing. Maybe my design isn't as good as I thought it was. No, that would be crazy. Don't doubt yourself. In any case, even if the orbit doesn't end up, we could probably save fuel to maybe make our orbit expand a little bit more efficiently, is my thought right here. Although we're still not even really close. Although it's expanding pretty quickly. My thought is that even if we don't manage to put ourselves into an orbit, we can still have a spacewalk before, Jebediah goes back. And maybe we can actually land this and have him survive. Seems like a pipe dream, but it could be cool. So we're just going to wait until this ring makes it all the way around Kerbin. It's going achingly slow right now. Let's give it a little juice. Cut thrusters. Oh, it's close. Let's give it a little juice. Cut thrusters. So close. Man, how was this the same fuel efficiency as my last one? Maybe it's user error. So give it a little juice. Cut thrusters. We probably got one little bit of juice left. Oh man, this could be rough. So just accelerate a little bit. We're gonna run out in about 0.5 seconds. Oh, just keep going. It's so close. It's just at the tip of the pole right now. I can see the fuel wavering down here near the bottom. It's a centimeter or less from cracking through. And we're on zero fuel. We're just running on fumes right now. There we go. We're out. And we may have to crash into Kazakhstan somewhere or the Mongolian steppe. Who knows? Well, in any case, while we're here, let's perform our spacewalk with Jebediah. So he's going to hold on here. And with space, we can cause him to let go. So we're going to do that. So space. And he's just free-floating in space now. We're going to turn on our jetpack after the autosave finishes here. So turn on our jetpack and start moving around. Stop using your fuel so much, buddy. Oh, this is neat. I like this. So we can use shift to go up, control to go down. Oh, don't want to get too far away here. So if we can just get ourselves back in the ship, I would consider that a success. Shift, control, get a little closer. It's like playing Star Wars. Oh god, slow down. If only I had my ladders right now. And I think he's touching the ship now. I turned my jetpack off. Oh, now we're in like a 2001 A Space Odyssey situation. I just don't want to run out of fuel needlessly. Like, I'm traveling way faster than I need to right now. There we go. Got back in the ship. I consider that a success on our part. How's our orbit looking? Oh, man. Well, it might expand to the point where we can actually put this in an orbit, but it's like just not quite there. But let's speed it up and see what the heck happens. We can obviously detach pretty much everything here. And then see if maybe that helps. I don't know. We'll see. Let's speed it up. See what happens. It should be on like the second part of this pass, but if nothing else, maybe we have a chance to actually allow Jebediah to survive here. We do have a parachute. But I am of the opinion that we are probably gonna die. Oh, we might just make it. Like, just skirt over the... I don't know. Looks like we're gonna crash into the mountains over there. We shall see, though. Otherwise, I consider this a successful, like, test EVA flight. So this is where things are gonna get a little scary, I think. Getting pretty darn close. Slowing down our speed a little bit here. We're down to 1x now. I hate that you can't go faster than 1x when you're doing this, because it means, like, we are probably going to crash, but I don't want to sit here for half an hour waiting for us to crash into the mountains. If only I had extra fuel so I could do, like, a pro-grade burn towards the Earth in order to speed this up. I know people love when I do that. But, I mean, we are falling about, like, 1,000 per second, so I guess I can wait this out and see if we end up coming close to the atmosphere. What am I going to do in the next video? I think, I've done a little bit with rockets. Now I'm going to do, like, 1 or 2 preliminary, like, spaceplane videos just to see what's weird about that, because I haven't checked that out yet. And then maybe we'll renew our quest to get to the moon, and this time we'll hope to land on it, because there's, like, well, I mean, there were landing struts before, but bear with me, I'm trying to make excuses here. So we can, like, try to land on the moon and actually maybe set up something on the moon, at least walk on the moon. I mean, we're well behind Apollo 11's success. However, doing better than I thought we ever would, or I thought I ever would, given the circumstances. I bet Jebediah Kerman wishes that we were landing over the water right now, as opposed to this rocky plain. Oh yeah, we are definitely going to crash into the Earth, aren't we? Or the Kerbin, or not the Kerbin, just Kerbin, I suppose. You ever notice? We call it the Earth, as opposed we don't call it the Mercury. Yeah, think about that, why don't you? So as we start to crash down here, I'm going to think about doing my parachute, maybe when we get a little bit lower. And hopefully Jebediah will be able to live to walk. This is just like the fastest way to travel to Central Asia if you want to. Just take a rocket up, it only takes 1 hour and 9 minutes. It's a little scary and it costs billions of dollars, but still. If he lives, this will possibly be the most successful mission I've ever done, except for that time I took a wormhole through the moon. So we're coming down pretty quick here. At least visually. So we're going to pop the parachute. And hopefully this will slow us down to the point where you can actually survive, although we are going pretty darn quickly. And maybe I can land it like on the nose or something. Turn SAS off. Like land it like this. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Well, we'll see. Basically, that's all I've got to say right now. We may actually end up not killing our astronauts here, which is a nice change of pace. I like Jebediah, too. He's got a smile on his face at all times. You're going to need to slow down a lot faster than that. You are traveling like 500 kilometers an hour, and you are going to explode my best astronaut. Oh, that's good. I think we're going to make it. Although it's going to take us 20 years to hit the ground now. 8 per second. We've got like 1,096 to go. Oh, man. Whatever. I can wait. I can wait just to see the survival. Jebediah, why don't you get out a kilometer above the ground and just see what it's like. Maybe you can just jetpack to the ground. Let's turn our jetpacks on. And see if we can pilot Jebediah safely. Shift, shift. Oh, he's gonna die. Yeah, that was a bad idea. And the ship's coming down like directly on top of him. Is he still alive? He lived! Jebediah, the world's greatest. You have to jump here, buddy. Okay, jump shift. Ah, it doesn't work. Wow. Cool. Board the ship, man. Enjoy yourself. And that was the end of our mission. It actually worked out surprisingly well. Jebediah doesn't seem as happy anymore. But in any case, let's end our flight. And as always, thank you guys for watching. That went surprisingly well. We got some good EVA. We actually landed, and I don't know, feels good. We're going to move on to space planes in the next video, and I will see you then.